Hello everyone and welcome back to Ash of God's Redemption. Now let's just continue where we left off. Alright. I guess we're gonna go and talk to the temple servant. Your client is meeting an important temple servant. You should stay close. A tall temple servant is commanding the guardsmen. Many in the crowd whisper his name, Nakoma. Count Pelko Satori approaches him, arms wide open. Finally, you're here. How was the journey, Your Holiness? What news? Would you like to rest or begin the festivities immediately? Have you considered my request? That feels the most like what he would do, considering how we were introduced to Pheng. So, remain impassive. The Count notices your lack of reaction and balls his small fists in anger. No need to fret, Count. The 3rd Legion is already on the march. You should let fate do the work when considering the command of 3 legions. Other commanders might suffer from falling sickness, or their tents could be attacked by bandits. Do you follow me? Does the temple permit such tricks of fortune? And how should I pursue a fate such as this? Will the temple advise me? The Temple of Divine Wrath only instills anger, so heed my advice. Might actually be good to listen to this. So yeah, listen in. If the Acons are as adept as they say, then here is your solution. Your bodyguard will do anything you wish, unless, of course, it's not in his contract. Everyone knows that I have an Acon in my service. They'll know it was me. Besides, I do not want to lose a bodyguard of his caliber. They say an Acon is worth 50 Frisian warriors. Money-wise, that's certainly true. Your Acon can bring you your 3 legions more easily than a servant bringing a chamber pot. Test him if you doubt him. I like this sort of entertainment. If your bodyguard slays, say, a dozen or true Frisian guards, I'll turn a blind eye. You are absolutely still. A premonition touches you like a breeze, but your inner peace is undisturbed. You are always ready for whatever may happen. Pheng, stay here. I need to speak with His Holiness in private. Worry not, I'll be safe in Nakoma's company. Meanwhile, make sure that everything is in order. Nod. A satisfied grin blooms across the Count's face. He has interpreted your nod as a bow, it seems. This day last year, 2 murderers were tortured to death in the city square. This year brings many more victims, but they look nothing like murderers. A lot of them are probably innocents. Prisoners. A red-haired prisoner girl watches you intently. It seems she wants to say something. Haggard, foul-smelling prisoners are pressed against the wall. The red-haired girl does not look traumatized, though she certainly is. As guardsmen drag a scrawny old man from the crowd, you lose sight of her for a moment. More women stand behind the red-haired girl, but she alone watches you. You remain calm and impassive, even when she calls out to you in Acon. The red-haired girl is definitely not Acon. If she were, you would have been forced to abandon your service and save your kin. Nothing else can interfere with your service to Pelko Satori, who pays you so well. Okay. Hey, warrior. My name is Reet. Can you feel what's happening? Is it not time you remembered your duty? You remain silent. Your inner peace is absolute. Open your eyes. That temple servant is not human. It's a reaper in human form. Enough of your tales. You are a warrior of peace. Nothing should disrupt your inner calm. You should go with the flow of life and not stand midstream like a rock. The girl cannot unnerve you. As you leave, she hisses hatefully. Damn you! You have no idea. The reaping is coming. The reaping! You remain silent. The warrior's code of the Shadow Clan prescribes inner calm. Otherwise, you are useless. They receive substantial sums of money from Count Pelko Soturi. You turn around to find Nakoma staring at you with a contemptuous grin. He gives a sign. You hear screams and choice swear words behind your back. The guards have picked up the girl, Reet, and are carrying her to the dais. The temple servant watches you closely. Alright. People recoil from the scrawny, brown-robed inquisitor. You should take a closer look at him. It seems that the ungainly fellow is the executioner. He is in conversation with an old inquisitor clad in black robes bearing the sign of the temple. The old man appears to outrank him, but the executioner will preside over the coming festivities nonetheless. The executioner checks the steel spikes protruding from the wall and then looks into a tin box. Oghren, damnation, why did we drive this herd to Wodan? You can only hang 10 people at a time here. Do you mean to drive the rest back? The older man rummages through a canvas bag. Did you plug your ears when I went over the details? We slaughter a dozen, maybe 2 dozen here. The rest we drive further. We're working for a grand cause, Mel. The ears, by the way. Do not forget the ears. His box or his bag? Let's go with Oghren's bag? Yeah. You sneak a peek into the Inquisitor's bag. The contents seem to be powdered with gemstones and gold. The bag is full of dried women's ears, earrings still attached. The Inquisitor's insignia, encrusted with large Strix stones, lies on top. Mel giggles. I remember your collection. What should I cut off that's different? Gnosis, perhaps? As for the grand cause, I'm happier arranging smaller affairs. Smaller and sweeter. Oghren laughs. Don't tell me. I saw you drool, slicing a wench from breast to crotch, just to see her guts spill. Just wait for it. You'll soon have it your way. We'll slay them by the hundreds. How nice. Mel blissfully closes his eyes. So, all this talk about opulent Berkana is not just gossip. It's a long way to go. Many won't make it. Still, there's not like fresh meat. Mel rubs his hands together. You wonder why anyone would drive prisoners toward war. Usually, it would be the opposite. A lot of, nasty people. The old man fidgets in the cart, muttering beneath his breath. Do you really need to bother him? Before you can approach the old man, Nakoma beats you to the punch. Yet Wodan is an ancient fortress. If you stand in the square at a specific spot, conversations can be heard at a distance. Nakoma nods in your direction. Did you ever torture a man from the Shadow Clan? Burn him with hot irons, cut his sinews? They say these men feel no pain. The Inquisitor shrugs. Acons are not really humans. Rumor has it you can cut a child to pieces in front of an Acon, and unless he was hired to protect that child, a warrior of the Shadow Clan won't so much as blink. It is said that they have no hearts. Nakoma smirks scornfully. As if you had a heart. Will you flinch if you have to butcher a child? How many have you disemboweled already? Perhaps we have something in common with warriors of the Shadow Clan. I'd love to see that one in action. Tempting. Although I feel like he knows that I have heard. Let's go with remain serene. Nakoma meets your eye, but you look right through him into the void. The old man coughs. I have a heart, your holiness. On occasion, it even aches a bit. When you've lived as long as I, yours will too. What do you think? Will we defeat Berkana this time? Nakoma pats the old man on the shoulder. Soon you shall see everything for yourself. All we need is to spill some blood, a great deal of blood in the proper place. Wodan is only the beginning, Ogren. Seems like he is the last. Pelko Satori, the festivities are about to begin. With nothing else to do, perhaps you will wait near your client. You stand beside Pelko Satori. He is unfazed by the muffled howls of the prisoners, the grumbling of the crowd, or the smoke from the executioner's brazier. In fact, he is almost triumphant. What will you do, Lo Pheng, knowing that a Frisian official plots my death? What if he plans to send assassins after me? Give me a name. A couple of officials wish to do away with me. 3 of us seek command of the legions, but only one shall prevail. If you do not stop them, you'll soon have no client left to protect. The legions are already on the march, but neither commander has joined them yet. One of them just passed through the Gellian tunnel. The other is a bit ahead of him. Their entourage is not numerous. You will manage. A threat may not be obvious. Are you worried about the contract? Fear not. You're carrying out my orders. I want to test you first. There's a wench who dared scorn his holiness. The red-haired scum mocked him all the way to Wodan. Kill her, and if I become commander of 3 legions, I will double your pay. Is that the only test? No, but the next one will cost you nothing. When you put the girl out of her misery, the guards will attack. Kill them too. Several runaway prisoners will add to the confusion, and nobody will blame me for the turmoil. Because they will blame the Shadow Clan. You have nothing to fear, Akon. If you sort out these officials, I'll have enough power to quell any discontent. You have my word. Well, what if I don't trust your word, sir? I mean, he only seems to care about the current client and his clan. And according to Lo, she is not his clan, so he shouldn't care. So I guess that I shall kill her. You walk toward the dais. The prisoners do not look at you, eyes glued to the executioner, but Reet watches you closely. You push aside the executioner, who drops his instruments with a clatter, and meet the redhead's gaze. She smiles. You'll remember this moment until you draw your last breath. You'll blame yourself your whole life, but it will be too late to change anything. Let's do that. Cut her throat. You cut the girl's throat in one swift motion. Choking on blood, she dies almost instantly. Oh, that's not good. Nakoma breaks the silence, gripping the square. A fine warrior makes a poor executioner. Guards! You wipe the blood from your sword. You are about to sheath it when the guards come to their senses and attack you. I did not have time to read what that said. I think I want to be over here, honestly. What were those? Chokehold, drain. Okay. I guess we'll do that. Nice. Oh. Cool. Cool again. Well, they don't seem to have any chance against me, which is nice for me. Oh, we have a ranged one there, actually. I think he might do something. No? Okay.
Yeah, they definitely don't stand a chance.
So, I'm sure that hurts.
Not as much as that, though. And you're dead, sir. There we go.
The guardsmen who dared oppose you lie dead on the flagstones. The other guards watch in terror. Panic spreads like wildfire. You turn around and Pelko Saturi nods to you with a smile. Nakoma stands beside him, arms folded. Why are you seeing double? Did the redhead cast an enchantment on you before she died? You head to the gate. A couple more blows shatter the cheap metal shackles. The prisoners crave freedom. Only a few will live to enjoy it, but that is not your concern. You must deal with the curse of the girl you just killed and carry out your order.
In the first days of the Great Disaster, you rushed to a backwater town on the edge of a Burkanan kingdom. This time, it seems the dice rolling on the game board will be carved out of your bones.
Okay, that doesn't sound nice. Okay, Hopper Ruley. Alright, that's the guy from the start. You'd hurried like never before, leaving ravines and mountain passes behind, taking narrow pathways now buried by snow. Yet still you didn't make it to Albius before the spring equinox. The towers of the city are already visible, and you can hear the ringing of the bell and the roaring of the Manas River. What could this backwater Odalan town have done to incur the god's wrath? Why Albius? There are dozens of other towns that look exactly like it. Is there some secret motive? You're filled with an overwhelming sense of foreboding. You reach the town walls. The bell peals incessantly. Black smoke swirls overhead, and the stench of burning flesh fills your nostrils. Could it be a plague? Why are the guards at the gate wearing Jaranan uniforms? This is still the Odalan kingdom. A vagabond, damn it. Why is it never a damsel? Hey daydreamer, snap out of it. Do you have paperwork? Alright, let's see. Nice to meet you, Baron Ruley. Call me Mushum. I'm the commander here, and you, oh my, you're a healer and a baron? A scribe, too. What brings your grace all the way to Albius? Nothing until you let me into the city. I'm no baron either. Call me Hopper. You sound like a Jaranan commander. What are Jaranan guards doing in an Odalan's town? Guarding, of course. There's already trouble on the western borders. Is that where you came from? I came down from the mountains. I've been to the Vale of Mercy, but took the mountain passes to make it here before the snow melted. I didn't even have time to visit Opicum. I believe that. There's a Burkanan garrison in Opacum. Count Victi is in command. He wouldn't have let a healer leave his side. As for local news, the reaping has begun. Well, nearly. That makes no sense. Has the reaping begun or not? Can you tell me what's going on? Why do I smell burning human flesh? Does it stink? Really? I don't smell a thing. Gotten used to it, I suppose. Gotten used to it? What took getting used to? Should I turn tail and run? Is there anywhere to hide? Anyhow, a monster appeared. It sealed the gate and used its, magicry or sorcering. The folks in town started beating each other to a pulp. It wore off, just like too much drink does. That's when we came to the rescue. The nobles fear the plague, so we're burning the corpses. Almost everyone in town has ulcers on their necks, but the temple servants are applying some kind of ointment to relieve the pain. It seems as though the reaping has begun, but with slower momentum. Stumbled, you say? Taking its very first step. I've examined various manuscripts, but none of them mention anything like this. Do you replace the bell ringer often? You don't like the tune? It doesn't bother me. I've gotten used to it. Or are you after the job? I'd consider it if the pay's decent, but I don't like the noise. Hasn't the bell ringer gone deaf yet? The locals say that if not for the ringing bell, there'd have been many more corpses by now. Looks like the ringing brought some of the crazies to their senses. Not instantly, but the sound broke through whatever was clouding their minds. As for the bell ringer, not my responsibility. Is it ringing by itself then? Well, never mind. No use trying to fill another's shoes. So is this the reaping or not? What else could it be? I can't be sure, but I trust my gut. The reaper, the plague, the signs, it all fits. Oh my, you've seen a reaper? Every ancient manuscript I've seen says that everyone collapses in the presence of a reaper. Manuscripts? What do I care of your manuscripts? When the reaper came, the townsfolk fell flat on their faces. Some passed out, but this one merchant was sharper than the others. He saw something. Do you think our detachment coming here was a coincidence? I admire your effort, Musham. You say you're a talker, but really haven't said too much. You've been listening intently this whole time, but I've nothing to hide. I am what I am, a scribe, a book lover, and a healer. A jack of all trades, really. That's enough chit-chat for now. I agree, I don't have all day. You're not a beautiful lass, so we're done chit-chatting. Welcome to Albius. Why summon the guards? Did I offend you? Not with defenses as good as mine. Thing is, I have orders. If I were to see a scribe at the gate, I am to send them to Cardinal Coronson. Why? Well, that's none of my business. Did you say Coronson? I used to know a man by that name. If you're the Cardinal's good friend, you might have better luck than our prince. Those two don't get along, you see. My men will escort you. Goodbye for now. Alright.
The town looks glum in the aftermath of the tragic events. The reaping has indeed begun. You barely have enough time to look around as the guards briskly lead you to the town square.
Alright. You arrive at town hall with an escort of guards. One of them, a tall, hulking man, stays behind as the others leave. He sizes you up, then points to the entrance of a nearby shop. He obviously wants you to go there. The ear-splitting peals of the bell make you wonder how the Cardinal stands it. As you take in the town hall, the guard takes stock of your horse. My name's Ake, he says. If Musham got it right, you're Hopper Ruley, a peculiar man, a book lover, healer, and baron. Talk to Ake. You face the giant warrior, smiling your friendliest smile. Why does your horse wait for you by the tent like a dog? Is it trained or something? Does it bark on command too? No bark, all bite. Keep that in mind. Are you considering getting one like it for yourself? No thanks. I like my horses sturdier. Still, yours is a funny one. How'd you even manage to train it? You must not be short on patience. Look after her, Ake, and you shall see that I pay my debts. I haven't lent you a thing, and I'm not gonna. Your horse ain't going anywhere, and neither are you. You're not leaving town till you've spoke to the cardinal. He and the prince argued about that, actually. Treeg's glum because the temple seized the right to inspect all scribes and mages coming to town. Okay, well, this is where I will end this episode. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider leaving a like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!